We'll just want to quickly, 15 seconds each, and we'll get into Cast Crew Review. I just want to share each of us share like a line from it, a point that was made that made that stuck with us the most. And you can go first this
Thank you
time.
so much. I think it's been said 3 times, so I guess everybody. I mean, you can bet your bottom dollar where I'm going with here. It was when my guy here, Mr. Leverton, said when someone said, "Well, that's white privilege," and he was like, I don't really agree with that term." It wasn't like white hood racist. It was just like you don't want to hear the truth, and it goes back to what Soul says. Listen, it's okay to have it. It's what you do with it. Just because people who have white privilege in Rosewood, Florida, chose to rise up. And they stopped other counties from coming in and saying, you're not going to bring that racist bullshit here. Now, granted, they did say, I'm paraphrasing here, our niggas act right. They ain't doing no crazy shit. But for the most part, they were on the stepping stones of trying to do the things the right way. So that was the line for me.
All right. I have two lines from Susan. She said two things that were so awesome. She said, hate is caustic to the person who hates. I thought that was magnificent.
Very
and good. There was one moment where she said to somebody, I knew if I could just come talk to you, I could find the human being on the other side. And I think in the social media world that we're stuck in now, that needs to be a bumper sticker on everybody's car. Like, before you get into some shit with somebody online, think about them as a person in person right in front of you and what they're going through, and then go from there. Raj, how about you?
Yeah, I'm thinking, and it's funny. Like I was struggling to think of an example just because, like, we've lived and breathed the movie, and it's all kind of a huge blur at this point. But there is one that stuck out to me, and that is when Susan Bro meets the Reverend Robert E. Lee, who's a descendant of the original, Confederate General Robert E. Lee, and he actually says, or Susan explains, when I first met Robert, he apologized for his ancestry, and then Susan responds, don't apologize, do something about it, right? So that to me kind of hit me, because it's like, look, we're not here to accuse, even if you were a racist, we're not here to accuse you and make you repent. Like, let's all just move ahead. Like, let's understand each other and move ahead. You know what I mean? So I think that to me was compelling, because it's Susan has a very practical kind of for forgiveness in her tone. And I think that kind of came out in that sentence.
She lives and breathes that it's not about me.
Oh, yeah.
They focus on them. There was kind of like it became a running joke for us as we're watching her in the documentary. Is like, every time she could accept a compliment as well as she can accept an apology. It's like, no. As soon as someone said, thank you, Susan, no, not really. It's this. Or look at this.
Someone would be like, you're so strong. The strength is in the unity that we got to provide together. Like, don't give. I'm like, oh, you know what? Yes, that's it. Yes.
No opportunity missed. How about you, Sol?
Yeah, I mean, Susan as well is strong for me on this. I think, like, being a parent and having children and seeing her say that, the only reason people are up in arms about her child dying is because she's white. It's really something powerful to me, and it's like, man, if I lost a child and I had the ability to talk like that, I don't think I ever would be able to. And it was so inspiring for me to see her go through that trauma and that incredibly difficult experience, and have the realization and the awareness to say, hey, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than what happened to my personal family. And it's happening to people all over the place all the time, but they aren't talking about it because of the color of their skin. And that's like a major, that's powerful to me. That's really something that resonated. And I like, yeah, it gives me chills even thinking about it, because obviously the personal aspect of your child is the, there's no, the saying that, your child is your heart living outside your body is more than true,
Yeah.
So let me ask you this real quick. Did it remind you of, you remember, because we talked about this movie, A Time to Kill? Remember at the end, Matthew McConaughey says, he does this whole soliloquy, and at the end he says, now imagine if she was white. And that's the reason why Sam Jackson's character got acquitted, because he said a crime about a child being raped, and the whole jury thought the child was black. And at the end, they were like, I don't care. And at the end, he was like, now imagine if she's white. 5 seconds later, Charles Lee Haley is innocent. He's innocent. Like, the whole world sees it different now because it was put in different eyes. What do you do with your privilege? What do you do?
Yeah, I mean, To be honest, I didn't see that movie, but
That's okay. That's I didn't mean to put you on the spot. It's
I
okay.
do recall, actually, I think when I was a kid, my mom read me the book.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. It's way more graphic. Way more graphic than you got the spirit. Then you already know what happened. And there you go.
I mean, that's a pretty intense book for to be read
Right.
as a child. So
Right. What's going on?
But I remember we were.
Where was Tom Sawyer? What's going on?
Time for bed.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.